The age of social media has grown unfavorably narcissistic, where uploading selfies or photos of aesthetically composed cuisine has become an obligatory procedure in fine dining. Nowadays, it is common to be lured by online advertisements, encouraging individuals to go under the knife to further improve their supposedly inferior physical features. It is also common to decide against taking public transport because driving your own car is just more convenient. Our mental thoughts are constantly directed by our desires of self-consumption and self-comfort. Self-consumption, driven by our narcissistic and egotistical tendencies, is not necessarily a bad thing. Some may see it as a positive trait of not settling for what we currently have, but instead having the mental drive to work harder to make things even better. It starts to become unhealthy when people become so driven by these desires of self-absorption and self-image that they tend to be oblivious to the negative consequences that transpire, and most importantly, its implications of the future. The most conspicuous case, perhaps, is the socio-economic disparity stemming from the economy. The current economic order is premised on capital greed with little regards to social well-being and employment, leading to a fractured society with extreme socio-economic differences. The current system of production for profit is flawed as it will only benefit the wealthy and further impede the less fortunate of resources and opportunities. The built environment is designed through narcissism. We continue to build our cities even grander with glazing from top to bottom, even though it is widely acknowledged that reflective facades exacerbate global warming. Despite the adverse environmental effects, cities will continue to become an accumulation of oversized, revolutionary architecture. So what I'm trying to say here is that we are the root of the problem. We are the primary instigators of why these growing issues are not being dealt with maximum force. There is little effect in providing more public infrastructure if people are still choosing to drive their own cars. If we do not change our priorities, any effort that we make towards the future will be rendered futile. So will we ever be able to become a society that will think about the bigger picture before ourselves? I believe that architecture should and will address these issues and its future implications. Architecture has to become the therapeutic instrument for the narcissistic city. Firstly, we must change the way we think, our priorities, our actions. Only then will we have any sort of chance of resolving these ever-present issues. As a functioning society, we should worry less about issues that surround us individually, but focus more on large-scale issues, such as socio-economic disparities and global warming. Perhaps this is done through an incentive system facilitated by architecture. Architecture is to become the vehicle of this shift in thinking. Positive incremental growth can no longer continue with the current capitalist approach. Therefore, production is to be undertaken for use, not for profit. Our future cities must enable the full contribution of every man, regardless of his socio-economic status. For instance, designing for one socio-economic class, whether in housing or retail, will create more socio-economic disparity than it already exists. Architecture should provide for people of all walks of life. Architecture must introduce a new platform that will empower the working class by establishing new ways of social equity between people of different socio-economic statuses. A more equitable society based on the power of cooperation and collaboration will ensure a progressive society. Our future cities need to adapt to changes that may occur in the built environment. Changes could include hotter temperatures, rise in sea levels, and deterioration of society due to its unrectified fractality. Architecture and technology must provide future cities with the right tools to adapt to these changes.